There's a term I love in life, synchronicity. I define that as chance with a purpose. And one fateful night, my life would change forever. I was flying from Chicago O'Hare to Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was United Flight 664. Finally get on this airplane, I walk through first class, and I see this kid. It catches me off guard because he's a corporal sitting in dress army greens. And I go sit in coach, and about an hour and a half or so later, we land in Grand Rapids, Michigan. As we pull up to the gate, the captain comes over, the PA, and says that we have an American hero on board. And my mind immediately jumps to this kid in first class, right? And I was like, what did he do? I'd just gotten back from my second tour of duty in Iraq, flying the F-16, and he continues, the captain, by informing us that we are carrying the remains of Corporal Brock Buckland on this flight. And his identical twin brother, Corporal Brad Buckland, was in first class and has brought him those 7,000 miles home. Captain makes another request that everybody stay in their seats until his remains are removed from the right cargo hold. And that night I watched The Other Side of War. As I looked out on the tarmac, the Bucklands on the darkest night of their lives. The thing that really got me, though, was his 4-year-old son. Sat right below the cargo ramp as that American flag draped coffin inched out. And the finality of the sacrifice hit me. The realities that this young boy would never play catch with his dad again. He would never be tucked in at night. And that term, freedom isn't free, didn't mean anything until I witnessed that. And as the ceremony finishes itself up, I wipe away my tears, right, and I grab my backpack and I look back to the airplane, only to see that more than half the plane had gotten off. No place to go, except that blanket of freedom we'll all sleep under each and every night, courtesy of 1% of this country that suits up every day, willing to defend and pay the ultimate sacrifice for the other 99%. And that was my moment of synchronicity. I knew with every fiber of my being that God had called me on a mission.
Well, hey, Jody. How are you doing?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just packing up. Chris and I are rolling out to Myrtle Beach tomorrow. Final preparations for the Senior North American Championship. Going to have some meetings this week, actually, with a video with Sarah from Folds of Honor. So we're going to continue to talk through some really important details. Man, that's a powerful video and a powerful mission, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say I don't appreciate running that video right before we come on camera, and it's getting a little bit dusty in here.
Yeah, it's true. I told Chris to switch it up tonight, and but I think it's important to know. I think it brings into focus really what we wanted to do with the APT to make it something bigger than ourselves. I love Dan Rooney's mission, his vision, how he sees the need so clearly. And, we couldn't be more excited to partner with such a great organization as Folds of Honor. Looking forward to presenting them with a sizable check at Redneck Riviera here in a couple weeks. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, we had a pretty heavy influence from veteran members really early on and shortly after launching this thing and going national. And it became very apparent that was going to be a big part of our constituency. And so, look, we spent that first year trying to get a lot of our organizational structure figured out and how we can scale this thing more and more as the years go on. And once we kind of got all the ingredients baked into the cake on that part of it, then it became time for us to focus on really how we were going to use this platform to help people, and make a difference in the world. And, as fate would have it, or synchronicity, as Colonel Rooney likes to talk about, Lieutenant Colonel Rooney likes to talk about, you know, working with John Rich and then his relationship with Folds and how that kind of came about. It all fell into place and became apparent very clearly that was the direction that we needed to go, and the best way for us to be able to have the largest impact, the greatest impact on the largest number of people. And so I couldn't be more excited about the prospects of what we're going to be able to do as an organization as we continue to scale and grow, and what a great impact we can have for these families.
No, definitely. It's something I look forward to. I know you've been busy, obviously serving your community, which is great. I've got to say the best part of my day has been working with Sarah and her team. Listening to their ideas, them hearing our ideas, and I love how they're just for anything that is going to promote the mission, the cause, can raise some money. We're going to be able to do some really cool things rolling out in 2023. But I've got to say tonight, we've already announced our partnership with Folds of Honor. We told people that, we had a big partnership. This is a big announcement tonight. I'm really excited about this. We've been working on this one for a long time.
An announcement that is not Folds of Honor.
Yeah, it's not Folds of Honor. They're already our partner. That's not news. So, really excited to bring on someone who's become my friend over the last year as we've kind of talked about how we can work together. So I want to welcome tonight Mr. CJ Perry, all the way from Denver, Colorado, representing just a small golf brand called GolfTec. So how are you doing, CJ?
I'm good, Matt. How are things at APT?
They are extremely busy, but we're pumping. We're pumping and grinding and having fun. So it's good to finally get you on the live, man. It's been a little bit of time coming, but couldn't be more excited about the direction we're heading.
Yeah. This is like you said, it's been in the works for a while, but us at GolfTec as well, we're super excited about this. We've always kind of talked about partnering with an amateur tour, and with the growth rate you guys have, and how you're scaling so quickly. I think it's a great fit, and as we're all in this together, right? We want to keep people playing golf, a game they love, getting better, things like this. So I think it's really an exciting, fantastic partnership. So
definitely
groundwork. So it's will be exciting.
Right. It's gonna be fun when it comes to scaling quickly. I mean, you guys will have to teach us a little bit because you've obviously been through it. You're popping up everywhere, all over the country, new technology, new things. So why don't you tell us a little about the history of GolfTec? I know, I was able to come out and tour your facilities last year in Denver and learned a ton about the company. It's a really cool story about how you guys started, and so I want to let you guys tell it.
Yeah, for sure. So goes way back to 1995. Joe Ossel, our CEO, he was actually an intern at Cherry Hills, and Clayton Cole, who was the head pro at Cherry Hills at the time, kind of found some motion measurement technology I think he was at a teaching and coaching summit like in San Francisco or something like that. But he put this motion measurement technology in the basement at Cherry Hills and started teaching students with this technology, like mainly in the wintertime in the basement at Cherry Hills. And, Clayton had a great idea. He's like, gosh, we should maybe try to put this in like a store setting kind of thing. And so they opened up their first GolfTec in Denver Tech Center here in Denver. And Joe was officially the first coach, started running things. And then, from there, it just kind of took off like gangbusters. We partnered with Golfsmith at the time, bunch of franchise owners. And then, over the last few years, it's kind of been a little chaotic. Golfsmith went under, so we pulled out of there. And so now all of our locations are standalone locations all over the country. And, we released a little over a year ago our OptiMotion technology. So we don't have to put our students in the sensors and stuff anymore. Our cameras actually pick up the motion measurement now, which is really pretty cool. And then to your point, we're opening centers like crazy right now. So growth is big, and then we acquired SkyTrack. September 1st was official. We acquired SkyTrack, so that was a big announcement.
Yeah.
So,
and that's obviously a golf simulator business, right? With different
Yep.
technology involved in it. And so, yeah, a lot of exciting things going on. How many students do you have across the world now? Because I know it's worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah. So all of our international locations, they're franchises, but we have little over, just over 20 locations in Canada, about 12 locations in Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, mainland China.
It's funny, none of those places like golf.
Yeah, right. And it's funny, Joe, we're actually in talks with South Africa and Dubai, so we might soon be opening some locations there. But we've got over, including our international locations, we're now at probably about 230 locations ish, and then total students. Boy, that's a great question. I'm getting right around that 500,000 number.
Wow.
We just we'll probably eclipse 11 million lessons, I think.
Hey, Matt, we've got some work to do.
I know. I'm here to say that, and I'm like, he said we scaled fast, and I'm like, man, there's some multiples on their numbers that we need to catch up to. So
yeah, no doubt.
Friendly competition, CJ, and what obviously this about us already because we've talked before this, but we love a good friendly competition. So
yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know if I could handle 500,000 members. That might stress me out a little bit. I mean, I love y'all, but
you need a bigger corporate office at that point, right?
Yeah, the basement of my house wouldn't work anymore. So it is what it is. But man, let me tell you what we love about you and just share with our members what attracts us to you guys is you guys are constantly pushing the envelope in technology. You're willing to challenge the status quo when it comes to teaching. You're innovating in that space. We love that. We think it works well with us as we're trying to innovate in the amateur tour space as well. Really impressed with the facilities, the technology, the people. But why don't you tell us a little bit? I think one of the best, and we've got to get talking into these, obviously the benefits that come to the APT members, which I think one of the biggest ones is the club fitting. And not a lot of people know about your club fitting side as much. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the club fitting, we kind of going along with our teaching software, TechSwing. We use TechFit. It's this really cool software that we use during a fitting where we're able to, and it connects to Foresight. So we use Foresight as our launch monitor simulator for both our lessons and our fittings, but it's really cool. So we're able to kind of measure optimal launch angles, spin rates. So it's really neat where we're able to kind of see where you are with your current clubs. And then during the fitting, we test the new clubs and really get a chance to see, are the new clubs helping you gain more distance, hit the ball straighter? Because that's really, our goal, especially, not only on the lesson side, but the fitting side. Our goal isn't to sell you clubs. Our goal is to help you play better golf. So the software that we use with it inside our fittings, I think is really cool. That really helps you kind of gets into the ditch a little bit with all the spin rate, launch angle, different details that some other companies, don't have.
Sure. Well, I think it's important to note, I've been a club fitter for a long time. I don't know if I told you this, but I have tech rep for Ping for years, and Ping's really great at what they do. You go to Scottsdale, you get the TrackMan. I can't tell you how many times though I sit on the range at demo day, and I won't pick on any other company that's done it, but they get a ball. You're on the range hitting drivers downwind, and they're like, "See, you hit it 15 yards farther." Blah 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 blah. And so what people don't understand a lot of times is how important things like spin rate are on the driver, or attack angle. Those type of things to get the right loft and to get the right flex shaft and to get the ball to perform. when conditions aren't perfect, because everybody can hit it far when it's downwind,
Right. Yep.
but do you lose 50 yards of carry when you're into the wind because your backspin's 4,000 RPM on a driver?
Right.
So, and I think it's great because obviously, not to get too far ahead of the horse with the benefits, but for the benefit for our members to be able to come in and go through that club fitting process with such a great deal that you guys are offering, I think is invaluable to all of our members that are trying to get better.
Yep. 100%. Yep.
So do you want to go through the APT membership benefits? I know, Chris, you should have the landing page queued to put on the screen so people can read more about the partnership, but you want to talk a little bit about, CJ, kind of the different offers for our members?
Sure.
Waiting for Chris to probably put the screen up.
It's in the link's in the private chat, Mr. Chris. So, guess we're having technical difficulties.
Okay.
It's all good. I can actually probably share my screen and we can go through it. How about that? Let's try this.
Sure.
Look at this.
I
Look
remember.
at this. I hope I didn't just break it.
There we go. Love it.
Go for it.
Yep. So basically, you can see under partnership perks. So we're offering our swing evaluation. Essentially, is kind of the first golf lesson you take with Golf Tech. Think of it as like the first session you go through to, if you go to a doctor's appointment, it's really for a chance for the coach to, get to meet you, get to know you, understand what your goals are, see your swing on camera, be able to see you hit some balls and understand what your flight is and maybe what you struggle with. So the swing evaluation is kind of that first appointment and lesson. And then from there, a lot of times the coach, depending on your goals and maybe what some of your struggles are, the coach can recommend a lesson package or what we call lesson pack or game plans we have to offer. But that swing evaluation is that first lesson session you take. And then we're offering a free club fitting with purchase. Good, $125 value. And then our lesson package offer, this is really unique. This is usually something we only offer generally maybe in the holidays or maybe for Father's Day occasionally, but it's kind of like a small, call it maybe introductory lesson package, which includes the swing evaluation, 2 30-minute lessons, 2 30-minute practice sessions, and a club fitting. So it's kind of cool. You get a chance to kind of experience everything Golf Tech has to offer with this. But it's, it's not something you may not have to invest thousands of dollars for right away. It's something that really, if you just, if you want a chance to kind of experience everything for, a reasonable cost, it's kind of a cool little lesson package offer. So, but those are kind of the three special offers. So.
Definitely. Well, huge value for, obviously our members spend their time. They want to get better. They're invested in golf. It's a great way to get in and kind of learn about your swing. Make sure you have the right equipment, great value coming in off the street. I love the club fitting. I think you're crazy if you don't use that the next time you go and buy clubs, because you guys aren't marking up clubs more than Dick's Sporting Goods. The difference is you're going to get a club that fits you, and as part of that, you're going to learn about your swing. You're going to get your specs right, and get introduced to the technology that is helping so many people get better. Man, we very much appreciate it, and I know there's more coming down the pike. I'm excited as you guys continue to roll out really cool things with technology. We're really excited to be a part of it. Can't wait to obviously rolling out some things for your students as well, which is going to be really fun. I know that email is going to break here soon and get some Golf Tech students competing on the Amateur Players Tour as well. Yep. And so members out there watching, there's going to be some new blood in the water, some Golf Tech students that are studying technology and coming for you in 2023.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we're excited about it. But
Yep.
thanks for joining us today, man. Is there anything you want to tell our members before? I know you're a busy man, so got some little kids, and I don't want to keep you on here too long.
Yeah, no. It's just we're excited for the partnership, and if anybody has any questions, Matt can feel free to direct them my way. I'm happy to help answer any questions. But we're excited and get this partnership rolling, and hopefully continue to grow the game of golf. Right.
Definitely, we're looking forward to it. Well, thank you for everything. We're looking forward to many more of these down the road as we continue to work together to, like you said, grow the game of golf. And so, thanks for joining us tonight. And I'm sure we'll be in touch soon. So,
Yep, sounds great.
Thanks, CJ. Have a good one,
Matt, Jody. Thank you.
Good to see you, CJ.
So, well, that's exciting, Jody. Look at us.
Hey, man, we've been working on doing something with GolfTech for quite some time now, and really excited, absolutely excited is the hashtag.
Hashtag.
To finally get to the place where we have something that I think an arrangement and a partnership that's going to be long lasting and truly beneficial to both entities. Our members, you and I are always looking for ways to improve the membership value. Bring added value to that membership fee that everybody pays every year. And this is going to be one of those things, man. And look, as a person that's actually participated in a GolfTech evaluation and lesson years back before they got their new technology. I mean, I put the straps on and the whole 9 yards and went through that deal. There's very little substitute. We all kind of go out or a lot of us have gone out to the driving range with a cell phone and try to film ourselves and figure out on our own what we're looking at. But, being able to go to a PGA professional who's trained and knows exactly what they're looking at on video, and then being able to relate to you to help you understand what you're looking at and what you need to do to try to work on something, that's invaluable. And it's something that's going to benefit all divisions. This is not a division 4 or 5 thing where, if you're trying to, break 90 or break 80, that this is where you need to go. I mean, even our D1 guys are going to be able to go and work on some details, fine tune some things that maybe they're trying to work on as well. So this is going to be a valuable partnership for all of us in the years to come.
Yeah, well, and like I said earlier, the club fitting piece of it, I mean, the lesson piece is huge. But I mean, the thing is if you're going to go purchase new clubs, you're crazy to not go to GolfTech when they're offering the free club fitting. You're going to get all the technology. You're going to get, the OptiMotion as you're looking through everything in the club fitting. And it's so much better than, just going to a random golf store and buying something off the shelf. You're going to get your clubs at the same cost, and they're going to invest in the technology to make sure you have everything you need. I was floored when they threw that into the deal. That was a home run for us, and couldn't be more excited to offer that value to our members.
Well, and I can say this too for everyone that's coming to Nashville for nationals. There is a GolfTech in the Nashville West Shopping Center off of Charlotte Pike. So if you need that address, let me know. I'll be able to point you in the right direction. And I know the pro there. He's a great guy. Another thing I can say about GolfTech that I appreciate is when Dick's Sporting Goods kind of did a number on a lot of the in-house pros that they had and cut them loose. And GolfTech was a nice landing spot for a lot of those guys, including that location there in West Nashville. So, it's a good organization. They're obviously, as CJ mentioned, they're global and growing quickly, just like we are. So, again, it's just a great match in a lot of ways.
Right. Well, I think it's interesting too, because one of the things I found out when I was doing homework, right? Anytime we jump into a partnership, we do homework. So I was talking to one of my good PGA buddies, and I'm like, hey, is this going to affect anything with us booking some of these courses with GolfTech? And he goes, oh, no. He goes, we love GolfTech. They're actually the #1 employer of PGA professionals in the United States. Did you know that?
I did know that, but I'm glad that you pointed that out. That goes back to what I was talking about, and how they've kind of taken the reins and getting a lot of those guys that were out of a job whenever the club manufacturers kind of did a number on the business there for a minute.
Right. So no, definitely. I think it's a great thing. And, we're certainly excited about it. There's more details rolling on it. You're going to start seeing stuff on our website about it. Chris will drop the link at some point. If not, there's a Facebook post, Instagram post that's going to drop here any minute. I scheduled it before the call. That's going to have all the details on it and the link to the page. You just click the link that says get special offer and sign up at GolfTech, and they'll send you all the information on it. But we've got 2 championships in the next 3 weeks, man.
A lot of golf coming up. We are in championship season, no doubt.
So definitely. Well, we need to take a quick break. Chris, do we have who's the commercial? GolfTech's the commercial. Welcome to our new partner, GolfTech.
Shocker.
So check out this commercial from GolfTech. Then we're going to talk about championship season coming up.
My goal is to help you play better golf, not to sell you golf clubs.
So your current driver is descending at 44 degrees. That's like a 7-iron. We got to get it down closer to 35 degrees. This shaft head combo should bring down our backspin. Give that a go.
Our big goal today when we came in was to drop your backspin, and we were able to do that by almost 500 RPMs. So not only are you hitting it farther, but you're also hitting it straighter.
Great ad.
It's really good.
I'll say this, the best part about a partnership with GolfTech is it illustrates the point that golf does not happen in a vacuum. Improvement doesn't happen in a vacuum. And so you and I interact, and our chapter owners interact with our members, and we get lots of surprises along the way throughout the season where somebody shoots a score and you're like, everybody's like, where the heck did that come from? Well, it probably came from somebody deciding to go get lessons and start going to the driving range or the gym or the putting green and practicing and working on something that was holding them back in a stumbling block. And so, this is going to remove the barrier to improvement for a lot of people that just didn't know where to go and how to get better. This is going to give everybody that's a member of our tour a unique access to get the assistance and the advice that they need from a professional. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really good. I mean, you nailed it. You nailed it on the head. I'm floored. It's just one of those things as we get there, and they're finally like, okay, let's do this. Let's go all in and let's grow the game together. It just so happy to be partnering with these guys. It's gonna be great for everyone. I know they're gonna use our tour as a really a launching pad for their students, right? To measure improvement, to play competitive golf. It's just gonna be. I'm absolutely excited. That's all I'm saying.
Well, look, and it's a nod to us as well. I mean, it's hard not to be proud of what we've built in all of the golf tours that are out there that GolfTec could have partnered with. They came to us. And look, they didn't just wake up last week and decide, hey, let's do this deal. This has been a year in the making. They've been doing their homework and deciding who they wanted to go with. And so all of our members that have helped create this momentum and this energy that we have with the Amateur Players Tour, this is something that you should be proud of because you helped make this happen.
Definitely. And the best is yet to come. That's the best part. So
Just going to keep getting better. Keep raising the bar. That's what we do.
yeah, and this is just phase 1 of the partnership. There is phase 2 and phase 3 that we've talked about over and over again. And I cannot wait to see some of the things that GolfTec is going to roll out in the next 6 months. And the thing is we're working with other potential partners every day in other spaces to add benefits to our members. 2023 is going to be very exciting on that front. So just had a couple. I haven't even told you about the last call of today, so we'll catch up about that one later.
Sure. Well, I was just going to say that, look, having a partner like this that is an international company, but B, so fully invested in the golf community and culture, which, as we've acknowledged many times, is a very small community. These folks or this company has a business relationship as a fitter now with every single manufacturer out there. Whether that's a club manufacturer or ball manufacturer, you name it. And they even have their own apparel and stuff that they sell. So they're also lined up with all of those vendors as well. So again, having them as a partner is going to open more doors for us to be able to bring more benefit to you in the long run as we continue to grow. So again, it's a mutual benefit relationship that we're very, very excited about.
Right, because we don't have to say, hey, be part of the Amateur Players Tour, play Ping, or play Titleist, or play Callaway. We can say, go to GolfTec and get better. That's such a better model. We couldn't be more excited about it. But, we could spend all night talking about GolfTec. We've got to talk Senior North American Championship.
Yep.
It's Sunday through Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. Is today Tuesday?
Right.
Tuesday night?
This is Tuesday night. The Grand Strand is calling.
The Grand Strand is calling, leaving tomorrow. My favorite drive, some sarcasm intended. So obviously living in Myrtle Beach from Illinois, I've made the drive several times. It's certainly more fun pulling a trailer through the mountains. So gonna plot to avoid Asheville on I-40, which is my least favorite, and not go by your mom's house on the way up in those mountain roads with the trailer. That wasn't very much fun either. So
Right.
Chris and I are working on the proper route, but it's going to be fun. Looking forward to being down there. We've got registration opening Saturday night at Wild Wing Plantation, 4 to 7. Do have some new information for you if I can find it, because I just got off the phone with Myrtle Beach today. So Division 1, 2, and 3, they didn't know this until right now. Division 1, 2, and 3 is playing Wild Wing Avocet on Sunday, which makes Division 4 and 5 playing Pine Lakes on Sunday, and that'll switch on Monday. So 1, 2, and 3 at Pine Lakes, and 4 and 5 at Wild Wing. So top 100 getting into the Die Club at Barefoot. We're going to talk about qualifying for that tomorrow. There will be some more playoffs on the line. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the playoff system to get into the final 100?
Oh, so what we will do is, just like we did in the North American Championship last year, we will have a playoff for any divisional ties. And so if anyone's watched or been a part of a USGA playoff where you have so many spots at a qualifier that are available, let's say there's 20 spots, just because that seems to be a good number. And at the end of the day, there's 5 guys that are tied for the 25th spot, but only one of them can go. So what you have to do is go out and and have sudden death playoff until we have one guy remaining that gets that one spot. So what we saw last year at the North American Championship at Pinehurst, where everybody was just grinding on day 2 to get to play their final round at Pinehurst number 2. We're going to have that same setup this year with the Senior North American Championship. So your top 20 in ties are going to be able to qualify to go play at the Die Club. And if you find yourself on that bubble, you may find yourself playing some extra golf on the second day, which just means we don't make that decision for you. The scorecard doesn't make that decision for you. Whoever the random committee was that decided what the first handicap hole was or whatever, they don't make that decision for you. You get to go out and earn your way into that final round yourself on the golf course. And that's where champions are made, and that's how we want to do it on the Amateur Players Tour.
It's going to be fun. And then the final round at the Die Club. It's going to be good. 2 Under Challenge is back. Little net 4-ball competition. 80% handicap. You can enter up to 3 times. You can pick your partner this year or ask for a blind draw. Either one will get you hooked up. $20 an entry per player. Got some great prizes. Started sending out some of those prizes. We finally got our first shipment from Winston Collection in.
Yes.
The head covers were a huge hit. So got some of those to give out here. Senior North America.
Certainly something that you can brag about when you go back to your home club.
Correct. I just got to tell a quick story. So it was super close in St. Louis in Division III between Samay and Michael Konich. And of course, they're an item, so they're competing for it. Samay's been beating them all year. And I think everyone on our tour loves Michael so much. He's the nicest guy in the world, but I don't think he had a single fan on Sunday. Everyone on our tour was rooting for Samay, including probably me and Chris and the rest of our staff, because we knew we're giving out that champ head cover, and gosh, I wanted to see that on Samay's driver for the next year with Michael having to look at it the whole time. And
absolutely
it happened. So poor Mike. So great people. I mean, obviously they're both some of our most fantastic members, but really funny, because Samay's just, she's so sweet and innocent and just talking a little bit of smack, which I really appreciated. So it'll be fun. So
well, I'm sure he gets to hear about it at home all the time.
as he should. But man, real quick before we go to the next break, Senior North American Championship, the field set. Couple events to let you know about. We've got Travis Powell Sunday night. Sunday, lot of events going on around the first round. 2 to 5, there's going to be a Cleveland Strixon and XCO demo day on the range at Wild Wing. 2 to 5. 6 to 9, we're going to have the Players Forum for seniors, which I think is going to be fantastic. So Phil's stepping in for you because you'll be campaigning. So
ironically, as you will be at the Senior North American Championship, I am obligated to attend Old Timers Day. so I'm doing a senior event of my own.
Gotcha. No, and so Phil and I will be there to answer questions. I love Phil's not on the call. Handicap questions, I'm just like it was him. He did it.
Right.
So it would be really fun. We may go live, Joe Arnold, from that forum. And here's the thing, guys, when it comes to that and the forum, some people come in with an agenda. Here's why we do a Players Forum. We want to hear your ideas. We want to hear what you like and you don't like about the tour. We're going to be more receptive to those ideas if you tell us what you'd like to see different, because we're really interested in finding the right solution. We're willing to try different things. Some of those things work great. Some of those things don't work out so well. And there'll be changes next year. So if you had something about the tour you didn't like this year, there's a good chance that it won't be there next year. So, but we really want to hear from you. That's an important night to be there, 6 to 9. Travis Powell's going to do a concert, one of the top Elvis impersonators anywhere. One of our members, great guy. I cannot wait to see him perform live. I've been watching him on Facebook, and he is really, really good. So that'll be fun. Monday night, the best taco bar at the beach. Taco Mundo, $20. Monday Night Football, pairings party for the final round. It's going to be a good time. So
Marco Tellerico and I don't want to talk about Monday Night Football.
It happens. So Jesse pointed out that I love to listen to him. That is pretty funny, Jesse. You know I love you.
I laughed at that comment.
So things happen, though. I mean, I do listen to him. So Chris has a good question about forward tees. At the Senior North American Championship, there is one tee. Everything's set up for senior tees. So if you're over 60, don't worry. The tees are set up very similar to what you would play in option one all across the country. We've been very careful about tee setups, hence why it was today before we put those up for you. We've been, going over looking at forced carries. We've been talking to the pros. We're getting on site early to walk each of the golf courses to make sure it's set up. So we're not just going to show up and be like, oh, D1 could play 6,600. That's not what we're doing. So we're being very careful to make sure setups are good.
Where does everybody play that on the last day if they don't make the Dot Club?
So just a little, it's not a very popular course in Myrtle Beach. And it's not like they just did like a $10 million renovation to it, but Grand Dunes, the resort club at Grand Dunes. Which is,
you mean the place that just debuted brand new bunkers, brand new greens? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
and something new, by the way, for this is when we get to Grand Dunes, we're actually going to reset the scores for the field, and we're going to run a net Stableford on the final round, and everyone that doesn't qualify for the final round is going to have a chance to win prize money the last day. So the scores are going to reset.
Doesn't matter which course you're playing, you're still playing for something.
Correct, which is going to be really, really, really fun. We're looking forward to that. Another one of the players' suggestion, by the way.
That's right. And yes, Marco, the Titans suck again. Unfortunately.
Oh, goodness. It's crazy. Well, anyways, we really got you on because we got to talk about Nashville.
Yeah.
Registration's still open for the North American Championship. We've got spots available. It's going to be really fun. But before then, our friend Jack Curry's got a little message for us.
2 under. Quality fabrics. No roll waistband. Joey pouch. Elevate and separate. No chafing. What more could you ask for?
Ricky Fowler, 6th place out in Napa for the Fordnet Championship.
Elevate and separate, which is exactly what you do on day 2 of the North American Championship in Nashville.
Definitely. Well, real quick, I'm going to get a couple questions out of the way. Rick Lee, when are tee times coming out for Sunday? I should have a final handicap report in the morning just to make sure everything's good. As soon as that handicap report is in, we'll be making pairings and sending them out. So you should have them as early as tomorrow evening. Tee times, it's a single tee for Division 1, 2, and 3, starting at 7:30 on Sunday. Division 4 and 5 will start at Pine Lakes starting at 7:57. So morning tee times on Sunday there, and we'll get those out as soon as possible.
I mean, Pine Lake's another golf course that's just undergone a complete renovation in the last year. I mean, not a bad lineup, if I do say so.
I will just tell you, last time I played Pine Lakes was 5 years before the renovation, and it was fantastic. So I'm sitting here when they said they were going to renovate it. I literally, my thought was, why?
Right.
I think they had a net between like 2 holes at one spot that maybe they tried to address. But I'm like, other than that, the golf course was awesome. Always great. Always in good shape. Wild Wing's one of the best tournament courses anywhere. Avocet's a great test of golf. And the Die Club is elite for sure. It's going to be a great place to crown our champions. We're going to have a great time. So
it's going to be awesome.
But moving to, your home. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Nashville, what we got going on?
Yeah, Nashville is going to be a huge event, not just the golf tournament, but the entire week. of the North American Championship, beginning with Saturday night with a champions dinner, opening ceremony type deal. Again, as we're starting to grow and build these championships, we're adding more activities outside of the golf. You just mentioned in Myrtle Beach about having Travis come and perform. We're going to have some live music on Saturday night at Greystone for our champions dinner. We're going to have a long drive competition. Just a really great opportunity for some fellowship and have a big time for everybody that comes into town. Of course, I'm sure there will be people that show up on Thursday or Friday for practice rounds. You'll be able to play a practice round there at Greystone if you want to, and then just hang out for that evening. Let everybody just unwind and enjoy themselves. You and I will both be there. And then Sunday we'll have registration going at the Hermitage Golf Club in Nashville. 2 golf courses there that are part of the rotation, so 36 holes at Hermitage, and we'll be there beginning what time, Matthew? Yeah, I
I
forgot.
want to say 4 o'clock.
I think that's what it was. I think it was.
I want to say it's 4 p.m. No, it's 4 to 7 because we have the players meeting at 7 to 7:30, and then the players forum is 7:30 to 9.
I suppose the professional thing to do would be to have this all down in front of us as we're talking about it.
Well, I can.
But that's
load
why
the
we're the
page.
amateur players tour.
Correct. Well, we've got to work on things. This is how we get better.
That's right.
Obviously, uniforms on point. I think this is the second time we've matched. Remember the first event at OCN where we
Yes.
did the pink shirt with the
Pink
baby
shirt,
blue
baby.
vest, and we looked like freaking Easter bunnies.
Oh, it was awesome.
And everybody's making fun of us, and we're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't match anymore.
Hey, you know where we need to bring that outfit back? Bandon Dunes.
Let's go.
That outfit's coming back. Team uniforms,
Coming
baby.
back. There we go. You can beat Madden Jody.
Not going to beat our
Not
uniform
hard.
game. So we will have registration check-in Sunday afternoon in Nashville at the Hermitage Golf Club in Old Hickory, Tennessee. It's on the north side of town. You'll be able to find it really easily. Again, practice rounds are available. Make sure you go ahead and start booking those. And Matt, I think you worked something out today, at least on one of those clubs on practice rounds. Same thing for the private club. There's opportunity for us to set up some practice rounds there as well. So registration check-in Sunday, followed by players forum right there on property at Hermitage. Again, Matt and I, just like we discussed in the Senior North American Championship in Myrtle here in Nashville, will be on stage available to answer questions and address things that are upcoming, as well as make some announcements for the 23 season that we are very, very excited to share with everybody.
2023 major schedule's done, buddy.
Yes, it's excellent, by the way. Kudos to you for picking up the baton and running with it when I got busy in the spring. It's going to be a great schedule from top to bottom, very solid with some of our favorite places coming back again, and sprinkling in a few new ones as well. So we're excited to share that with everybody. And then again, Monday morning, we'll open first round play all over Nashville. And Monday night, though, we've got something special Monday night. Talk about that, buddy.
So Redneck Riviera, the Folds of Honor reception. We're going down to Lower Broadway, where all the fun happens in Nashville. We've rented out John Rich's bar, a whole floor. We've booked an excellent live music act. We're going to present a great check to Folds of Honor. We're going to hang out, have a good time. We're going to announce the 2023 majors, the 2023 North American and Senior North American Championship locations and dates, and some pretty significant changes to the rules for 2023. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a great time. Tickets are $50. It includes dinner. which cater dinner, if you're in Lower Broadway, that's a great deal for that. Plus obviously the live music. It's going to be a great time. 6 to 9 Monday night. You do not want to miss it. I did want to share something real quick though. So Hohenschelt will get off my back about this. I just got the contract back from Diamond Resorts for Florida. And I just want to share these room rates because they're better than last year. Last year was a stupid good deal.
Right.
So if you're coming down for the Disney season kickoff or the winter four ball, here are the room rates we've got at Diamond. Now keep in mind, these rooms have a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, a patio. They're phenomenal rooms. Ask anybody that stayed there last year, had a great time. Here's the rate. So 1-bedroom rate at Grand Villas, which Grand Villas is a little bit down the road. I actually think they're a little bit nicer than Cypress Point personally, but I like Cypress Point too. Grand Villa is one of my favorite of the resorts we stay in. So 1-bedroom condo rates range anywhere between $85 and $89 during our stay for the Disney. So the most expensive is $89 for 2 nights. They're $85 for every other night except 2 nights are $84. So great deal there. The 2-bedroom rates anywhere between $119 and $124. So literally $62 a night plus the $16.95 resort fee. So $70 a night per guy. You get a 2-bedroom condo to stay. I mean, you cannot do better than that. At Cypress Point, where we were last year,
Felix will have enough extra money to be able to go to Disney World for the 17th time.
Correct. Are children allowed, Joe, at the resorts? Absolutely. Are you talking children? Where are children allowed, Joe? Are we talking about Redneck Riviera? Because probably not.
I think he was talking about Redneck Riviera.
So Cypress Point, the rooms, by the way, they have a studio rate. So if you're wanting to do it on your own, a studio, anywhere between $77 and $85. And the 2 bedrooms are between $114 and $119 at Cypress Point. Plenty of inventory for those days. We'll have the information on the website here the next day or so. But get your butt down to Florida, play both of our opening majors. It's going to be a great time in Florida. PGA shows right afterwards.
Jake's not lying. He does have the best Brazilian steakhouse in Orlando on lockdown.
Oh, yes.
No doubt.
And if you book in the next, if you book by next week, we'll tell you where it is.
That's right. That's it. That's the secret.
Early registration.
So back to Joe Arnold's question. Redneck Riviera is a bar, so there will be, you'll be carded to get in. Now we'll have a reserved room on the second floor, but I do think I don't know that they'll allow underage people to enter the building. So that Monday night is a big deal. That's a huge deal. There may be some special guests that show up. So no promises, but that one Monday night could get really fun really quick. Then Tuesday we have our second round. Again, Tuesday is moving day in the APT National North American Championships. So you're going to see some amazing golf. You're going to be a part of some really cool, maybe some of the most stressful golf you've ever played. Get your juices flowing for sure. Everybody's going to be grinding and running and gunning to make it into the final round. And then just like last year, top 20 and ties are going to qualify to move on to play for the championship. The championship will be played Wednesday at General's Retreat at the Hermitage. There will also be rounds being played throughout the area. We do have, I believe, President's Reserve on property that day, as well as Greystone and Gaylord Springs will be going all that day. So four courses all in play on Wednesday, and then everything will come back to the Hermitage, where we will have our awards ceremony and a huge party to celebrate with our champions. We hope everybody will make plans to stick around and enjoy themselves. If you book your flight on an afternoon or evening flight on Nashville, you're going to miss out on a really good time Wednesday night. So pro tip, book the Thursday morning flight.
Yeah, hang around Wednesday night. We're gonna have a great time in Nashville. We may end up back at Redneck Riviera. You never know. So,
That's right.
Jody's gonna have to plan on DD in that day because we're in Nashville. We're gonna have a good time. So hopefully we'll get more than 3 hours of sleep leading up to that Wednesday because I do feel a bunch of people will stick around. We'll have a good time.
If you want to have a really good time, hang out with the chapter owners that work the event for the after party.
We're not talking about that. So my head still hurts.
That's right.
So that was the worst drive home of my life. Literally, we wake up the next morning and we play Pinehurst #1, and like none of us. Jody's like, I went to bed, y'all, and Jody's like all chipper, and the rest of us are like stumbling to get to the first tee, and then we had to drive home after that, and it was not fun.
Hey, if you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough. That's all I can tell you.
Jake Combs says, "My boy Blue." That's a great inside joke that can't be shared on Restream.
Jay will be
Chris's
chaperone again.
Yeah. So John Hipp saying on the website it says Presidents is Wednesday. We'll have to take a look. John, you're making me doubt it. There's 2 courses at Hermitage, and I'll be honest, I get confused by the 2 every single time. That's all I'm saying.
I can tell you the championship round is played on General's Retreat.
Gotcha. Well, I'll have to yell at the web guys then because they screwed that up. Our bad. David, 50-50 raffle again this year. Absolutely. Folds of Honor. We're going to raise some great money for them. It's going to be a great time. We've got some stuff ready to roll out on that. It's going to be really, really good. So anyways,
so let's get one more quick ad, and then we'll come back and do Q&A with everybody.
Sounds good. So, a couple things. Number 1, the Turtleson Fall Collection. Have you seen it yet?
I did receive that email. Yes, sir.
Dude, this is the first time in months Allie's been like, hey, you should buy something from Turtleson. And normally it's like, your closet's full. Like, you don't need any more Turtleson. There's only 7 days in a week and you have 3 dozen shirts. You know what I mean? She's like, hey, you need to buy a bunch of I'm not complaining. But anyways, guys have been asking when the next Turtleson store is. It's going to drop on today's Tuesday. It's going to drop on Thursday.
Yes.
So a little bit delayed. They've just moved into a bigger warehouse, partly because of our shopping habit, Jody, is what Carol told us. So
they're naming it the Minder Barrett wing.
The Minder Barrett wing of the I hope she's watching right now because I can't wait for the chat comment to come in.
Right.
So it would be pretty funny. But so they're getting things situated. A couple days late on getting this store out, but I have the link, so look for an email from us on Thursday morning. We'll have all that data to you. The APT 40 site-wide, it's going to be really good. The fall collection might be my favorite so far.
Yeah, a lot of great color combinations. I mean, look, man, this company does a fantastic job of putting out high quality stuff at affordable prices. So I'm excited to see what they've got in store for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So, anyways, on to Q&A time. That's what we got. We got a few minutes for Q&A. Anybody's got any questions?
Yeah, so there have been some comments from Hip and Smith. Those are some of our Nashville boys that just got through playing our tour finals at the Hermitage. And it's always good to see some good comments. I can tell you that the golf courses, both of them are in phenomenal shape. And, if you want to go look at the results of the Nashville Tour Finals at the Hermitage last weekend, Wednesday of the North American Championship has potential, all the makings to be a shootout. if we're going to take top 20 in ties, nobody is going to be out of range. You can shoot a number at Generals right now. The greens are perfect. The place is in phenomenal shape. It's going to make for some really, really fun golf, and I'm excited to see it happen. So Ryan's got a good question, and this is something that we've been working out. So let's talk about setting up practice rounds. There was a question earlier. Somebody asked, do they set those up through Alley or do they call the golf course? So if you want to go through that, Matt, and kind of give everybody the general overview on practice rounds.
Yeah, so we'll have the practice rounds information posted here soon. I know we just got from a couple of the golf courses. We'll get that information posted in the TIP page, but you're going to call the golf course directly and book practice rounds. One of the things we did not like about Pinehurst, it made it for brutal communication between us and Pinehurst, was having you all book the practice rounds through us. They're all extending special rates to you. I know Greystone's like $50 or $55, which is a steal. Hermitage has got a great rate for practice rounds. Even Tennessee Grasslands has
the private club. I think is what, 75.
I think 75 is what they said. Which,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm
paying $75 to play there anytime.
And that golf course too. So for those of us that played it earlier in the year, they've regrassed the greens and switched over to Tiff Eagle. Talk to the pro. Place is mint. I mean, these greens are going to be phenomenal. And it's going to be a completely different experience having played there many times before with bent grass greens. Some of the best greens of any private clubs in Nashville. But now for them to switch over to the Tiff Eagle, which Nashville is kind of in that temperate zone, Middle Tennessee, where we're right on that line where you can make bent work, but the summers get really tough and they get beat up. So, man, we're going to be coming into the end of this season. These greens are going to be mature and grown in. All of these golf courses right now, we're kind of transitioning into our dry period. We've had like 9 straight days of no rain here in Middle Tennessee. The golf courses are all going to be firm and fast. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. Definitely, Nashville, I think, is one of the most underrated golf cities in the country. And so if you're on the fence about coming to the North American Championship and you haven't taken our word for it yet, take our word for it. Get down here. It's going to be a fantastic championship. All the things around included, being in the Midwest. So St. Louis, my St. Louis guys, get your butt to Nashville. We're going to have a great time. Be able to host a North American Championship that's drivable for the Midwest guys. And I know that's something that we're going to continue to move the North American Championship around the country. We're not going to get a rut in one spot. We're going to keep moving around. So Midwest guys, this is your year. Take a shot, take a couple of days off work, get down there. You will not be disappointed. It's going to be a great time.
So Jab for golf, Jeff, that's a question he has. Which course has a better practice facility, Gaylord Springs or Hermitage? I would probably say between the two, they're pretty comparable. Gaylord or Hermitage, either one's their driving range is about the same size. I'll say this though, Gaylord is probably going to be a little bit nicer in that it's a tailor-made teaching center. So you're going to get the tailor-made practice balls and all of that. Little short game area there to chip and pitch on as well. So if I were going to choose between the two, there's probably a little more room on the range at Gaylord, and you're going to get a little bit better practice balls to hit with.
Gotcha. Ryan was still practice round goes past the registration. We'll be able to register somehow after. Yeah, we'll be around all night. Our staff will still be there. We'll be doing the players forum and the players meeting. You'll certainly be able to get there by the end of your practice time because it'll be pitch black dark by 8:00 when we'll still be going. So stop on by. Right. It's gonna be fun.
Kevin, you're saying Gaylord will be Matt's only. I'll take your word on that. I don't know. I will say this, and this goes back to Jeff. If you're just looking for a cool hang that you want to go and just grind out and hang out for an afternoon on the practice range, come on out to Greystone. It's a huge range, actually double-ended. You can go to either end. Great staff. You'll be able to get, just about anything you want there. But a great area, great practice to hang out, and a great area to hang out and practice for as long as you want. Go play a few holes. They're pretty laid back too. If you want to, get 6-8 holes in, that's all you got time for. They'll work with you on that. It's worth the drive, and you will not be hitting off of mats. I promise.
Yeah, there aren't even mats out there, I don't think.
They've got them, but you've got Zoysia tee boxes on one end, and if you go to the far end, to the members range, you can go back there, and I think they've got that overseated with Bermuda, so you can kind of practice on both if you like.
Dylan wants to know about putt-putt.
Putt-putt courses in Nashville, man. That may be a Kevin Smith question. There
Ask the Uber driver.
There used to be some really good ones out around Opryland. So out where Gaylord Springs is. So in the Music City West area, part of that across the street. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if they're still there or still open. It's been a while. But if you want to come on, meet me somewhere at some practice green, I'll be happy to take your money, Dylan.
That's fair. Dave wants to know when tee assignments will be released. That's something we'll be working on this weekend. We get with Phil, who's on our national staff, and we'll start to go through that. We'll get Jody on the phone. Obviously, he's played Greystone a gazillion times, so I'll leave tee assignments up to him there. But we're working on them, so we'll have them posted
Kevin
shortly.
Smith says Grand Ole Golf is still open next to Gaylord. So there you go. That's your answer, Dylan. Go out to Grand Ole Golf for some putt-putt.
Cool. Well, any other questions before we sign off?
Waiting patiently here. I'll say this, guys. We've had some good turnout so far with registrations, but if you're on the fence on this, you can't beat the price for what you're going to get for the week to come down to Nashville. And I promise you, if you come to Nashville and don't have just an absolute blast, I don't know that I can help you with anything else. This is going to be a fantastic week. We're all going to have an enormously good time. And so there's no chance that you don't come and enjoy yourself with 4 or 5 days in Nashville. Lodging info question from Timothy.
Gotcha. A lot of people are going the Airbnb route. There's a lot of great Airbnbs in Nashville. We did not want to put a rooming requirement on. I know that was, if there was any negative feedback about Pinehurst, that would have been the negative feedback. So we've tried to go against that. Certainly there's a gazillion hotels in Nashville. There's a lot of great places to stay. I recommend staying near the cluster of golf courses with, Tennessee Grasslands, which is north of the airport, Hermitage, Gaylord, and that general area. I know, Jody, you can speak a lot more
Sure.
to that.
Look, anytime you're going to a city that you don't know there's hit or miss of booking a hotel in an area that maybe isn't the best. So fortunately, Nashville doesn't have a whole lot of those areas, but they are out there. If you have any questions, if you're looking at a couple of different spots and you want some advice, feel free to email me or text me if you have my number. But email me, Jody, Jody, at aptgolf.org. I'll be happy to tell you if you're in a good spot or not. But and the typical answer I give to people is it really depends upon what you want to do in the evenings during your off time. If you want to go, party downtown and check out the bar scene and the club scene and all that, then you want to try to stay closer to downtown. It'll be a shorter Uber drive anywhere you want to go, or maybe even within walking distance. Now that's going to cost you more. Any of the hotels that you stay in downtown are going to be a much higher price point. So the farther out you get from downtown Nashville, you're going to get a little bit more of a price break. But anywhere that you stay in that interstate loop or around that interstate loop around Nashville, you're probably looking, other than Greystone, which is about 35 miles from downtown, you're probably looking no more than a 15, 20-minute drive to any of the golf courses. So you really can't go wrong. But if you have any questions, you need some help, just give me a shout.
Yeah, and the other thing too, we have 4 spots for singles left. We've got 1 cottage still to fill at Hermitage, so it's $99 a person. There's 2 rooms in the 2 bedrooms in each cottage with 2 queens each. So you'd have a bunkmate, but $99 a person a night. Check in Sunday, check out Thursday morning. So we've got 4 spots there available. 1 more to fill. That's where all the fun's going to happen at the Hermitage Cottages for sure. It's where our staff is staying for the week. So certainly you're welcome to join us in that. Tim, if you and James want to come down, that'd be a great option for you guys. We could get you hooked up with that. So, but yeah, let us know if we can help with those, but definitely get on down to the North American Championship. It's going to be a fantastic time. Midwest guys, take advantage of the year that we're hosting in the Midwest. Get to play on some familiar grass and have some fun with these Southeast boys that like to mess with us with their tight, wet Bermuda lies in October.
Unless you're playing one of the courses that have Zoysia, and it's totally different.
Correct.
So we got some of that too.
So, but anyways, if you don't have any other questions, we'll sign off till next week. So, Senior North American Championship, we'll be coming live from some of the golf courses this week. It's going to be a great time. We'll be on the road. So, looking forward to seeing everybody. Sorry to yawn. It's been a long day. So
getting ready to crown our first North American champions of the year for 22.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Felix, let's go. Are you having a merch table set up there? Absolutely.
We will sell stuff, Felix. I promise you. We might even sell Chris to the highest bidder.
We'll start the bidding at $10. Chris is like, please have some ladies show up to this. I don't want Hohenschelt and Jake bidding on me.
Jake, we're not ignoring you. We just can't make comments on a live feed that we want to.
We're going for $12. Rich is up to $12. Do I hear 15?
12
Do I hear 15? Any lady, 15. How about $12.99? Oh goodness. Oh, Fagley gets 15. Fagley's hair makes him look like a girl from the back.
Yes. $13.50. Brandon, you've already been outbid.
Yeah.
Next week, live from Senior Nationals, we'll have an auctioneer on with us.
Nice. $17 and he washes my car. This is great.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty good. We're signing off, guys. Sorry. Have a great night. We're not really selling Chris until this weekend. Maybe.
Y'all can't afford him.
Correct. Have a good night.
You can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.